Hello, I'm Ms Zorab and this is Byther Farm, and today I'm going to review the Direct Plants polytunnel. So Direct Plants sent me this polytunnel to review, and we made a video of its construction, and I'll leave a link to that above and in the information below. But today I wanted to talk not just about how easy it was to put up, but actually what I think of it. So I've only had it for a month. I've only had it completed for a month, so this is just a month's worth of use, and these are my initial feelings of it. This is a 14 feet by 30 feet polytunnel. It's what they call the straight-sided polytunnel, which means that to about 2.5 feet high. The sides are straight before they start curving in. I really like that. It's given me a lot more space to be able to plant things towards the edges, and these are going to be tomatoes and will grow reasonably high, and there's plenty of space for them to do that. We also decided to have crop bars in this set, so there are 4 crop bars going across the 4 centre hoops. These are nice and sturdy, and what it's allowed me to do is to run wires across them that I can then drop strings down, and these strings are all buried into the ground with a plant planted next to them, which gives me plenty of vertical growing space. One of the things that I really like about this polytunnel is its sheer height. I think the information said it was 9.5 feet high, which means that these crop bars are well above my head. Just to give you an idea, I'm 5'7". I'm standing on about 2 inches of bedding here and straw. So these are well above my head, and there's plenty of space above them. So the wires that I'm going to put across as supports when things grow up, the strings, I'm just using baling twine. You could use bamboos or other wires, but I'm using baling twine because I want to recycle it. But once the plants got to the top, there's masses of space for them to grow overhead without being too confined by the roof. The other thing this means is that there is the potential for more air circulating. I really like the height of it. So in terms of the construction, that was fairly straightforward. It did take 3 of us. I think if you were practiced in putting up polytunnels, you could do it with 2. We were total novices with my friend Tony, who has put up a polytunnel before, so he did know what he was doing, but we and we had a vague idea. We'd watched videos, I'd read the instructions quite a few times, but the hard bit about that is just that once you get that cover over, you need to keep going, and that's the same for any polytunnel. It's not a criticism of this particular one. It was just a criticism of my keeping going abilities, actually. But it was very easy to get the cover over. It's actually, the construction was pretty straightforward. When the kit arrives, it all comes boxed and wrapped, and everything's pretty well labelled, so you kind of know which bit is which. There aren't really many bits that you would look at and wonder what on earth they're for. It's all fairly self-explanatory. The one thing that I really wished had been in the kit was some repair tape, because when we were putting it together, I nicked the plastic with a screw that we were using to put the battening around the door, which created a hole. So I spoke to Direct Plants about this, and they have said that from now on all of their kits will come with a roll of emergency repair tape so that if you do what I did, you can at least repair it immediately and not have to wait while you buy some more. The door kits either come as 2 single doors or 2 double doors, and I wanted to have double doors at this end and a single at that end. So we used the kit that was sent to create double doors at this end, and then I created a door for the other end. I've put these posts in just to attach the doors to when they're open. We're on a really windy site here. I don't want the door slamming. So that's why I've got that, and then I'm going to put a basket or something on it so it looks pretty. I'm really pleased with the amount of space I have to work in. We're going to get a lot of rows of food in here. Obviously what you put in a polytunnel is going to be as many variations as there are people who buy polytunnels. But I found this really nice to work in, and so far I have worked in almost all weathers in it. Over the last month we've had a lot of very sunny days, days like today where we've had sunshine and it's been raining. We've had hail, we had some fairly heavy hailstorms and it's stood up to that fine. But what I'm most impressed with is that being on a very windy site, I was concerned that this wouldn't cope with the very strong winds we have here. And last weekend we had Storm Hannah with 45 and 50 mile an hour winds and gusts of up to 60. And it's absolutely stayed put. It took the storm in its stride. So I feel pretty confident that this polytunnel isn't going to go anywhere in our winter storms. Well, I'd better get back to work. I've got plants to get into the ground. And so, wherever you are in the world and whatever you've got planned for today, I hope it's a good one. And I also hope you'll join me again next time.